Welcome all to episode 269, giggity, of the Mac Wrestling Podcast. This is your captain speaking, along with the Walker, Travis Anderson, and this week we are joined by, sorry for this Phoenix, the current and the former Knowledge Champions, Moses Marquez and the Phoenix. Welcome both.
I'll let that one slide this week.
I'm only stating the facts. I'm not, taking shots.
That's why I'm letting it slide.
As the white girls say out here in Southern California, it's actual factuals.
It is. You can't argue with the facts. Facts and stats.
Oh, don't get Robert going.
Yeah, don't get me started on stats. Good Lord.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see the stat man now that Robert Davis is officially in the Promo League.
I got some things to say about Robert, too, after his little fun thing with Mike Larkin. Any of you guys ever seen that movie, by the way? Some Johnny Depp movie?
Secret Window, yeah. It's really underrated.
Well, because now I'm asking everybody, should I go out of my way to see this thing? And I got immediate yeses. So it's like, that show made me want to go out to watch a movie. But he got me excited for Promo League, and he hasn't even had one match yet with Travis.
Well, I mean, when it comes to Robert Davis, if he's involved, it's always going to be good.
Yeah, he's got his reputation.
That he does.
But speaking of the Promo League, Travis, you have a match this week which will be shown in this show, which is against Brittany Savage, the only person in the league who's actually competed as a professional wrestler. There was some big cojones to be the first person to call her out.
Well,
somebody had to.
I said I was going to call out pretty much everybody, and especially the newcomers, to really see what they're about.
Like I say, somebody had to, because apparently she told Mike she wasn't going to call anybody out yet. She was going to wait for somebody to call her out to see who had the balls to do it.
Well, that was me.
Like I said, that will be shown. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to show it now. Here is this week's Promo League showdown between Brittany Savage and Travis the Walker Anderson.
Watching TV when Walker Texas Ranger happened to come on, and it just brought me back to my childhood. My mom used to love Chuck Norris, and then I got to thinking, Walker, Travis Walker, the man who thought it was a good idea to be the first to challenge me, Brittany Savage, here at Promo League. You see, Travis, whether I'm getting ready for a match or I'm getting ready to cut a promo such as what I'm doing right now, I study my opponents. And if you notice where I'm sitting right now, I'm inside my vehicle, because I've noticed a lot of your promos happen to take place inside of your vehicle. It allows me to think inside of somebody's brain, in a way. And if my memory serves me correct, you were the second Promo League champion. But unfortunately, like most of the men that I've been with, it didn't last very long for you, Travis. Not only did you lose to a female, but you lost to a demoness. Once again, I do give you props though, Travis, because you're the first person here in Promo League to challenge me, Brittany Savage. But you see, Travis, I've been inside of the ring with some of the best. Mercedes Martinez, Angelina Love, Awesome Kong, Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, Neidhart. Hell, I've even tagged with Miss April, who went into WWE, formerly known as AJ Lee. So you can talk all the talk you want, because I know what's coming. You're has been, never was, never will be. That's fine. What matters is now. And the fact of the matter is, you, Travis, aren't even good enough to lace my shoes. So good luck I wish you the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Walking down a dark alleyway, and you can feel the eyes of someone following, piercing your spine. When you feel these fears, that is me. That is the fear of the Walker. Now, meet the Walker.
And don't forget, you can have your say by going to matchwrestlinguk.weebly.com and clicking on vote to help decide the winner of that match. The results will be Friday on the Match Wrestling group, so if you're not a member, go join. It's fun. Now then, let's predict Money in the Bank first, because we can kind of cover SmackDown and Raw all together while we do it. So let's have a look. We've got 6 matches confirmed for the card. Nothing on a pre-show, because I don't know what they're doing with pre-shows anymore now that it's kind of pre-recorded in the Performance Center. They did a little pre-show of WrestleMania and they added a match or two, but it wasn't, you know, your typical kickoff show. It's funny, they have less matches with no audience and more matches when there's still an audience trying to get into the damn building. Okay, we'll kick it off with the Clusterfuck match, which is a fatal 4-way tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. New Day, who always seem to be champions, defending against Miz and Jomo, the Forgotten Sons, and Lucha House Party.
Oh, let's go House Party.
Yeah, that would be different.
Can we do something different, please?
Yeah, I think it's time for a change.
I don't think the Forgotten Sons have really grabbed anybody's attention since they've come up to SmackDown. To be honest, I don't think they were really in NXT for long enough.
Their face turn in NXT wasn't long enough. That's for sure.
Like, I probably remember
them stinking up NXT for months, many months. That lives in infamy.
Yeah, I probably remember a few matches that they've had in NXT.
But I'm sure they all involve stars.
Oh yeah. And then, like, half of them, I can't remember his name now, but Gunner. Was he Jackson?
Jackson Riker. Oh, I hate that name.
Yeah, I still call him Gunner. Most of them, he was a manager for the other two.
Which I still don't understand.
No. Like,
this guy looks like he's carved out of stone on the outside. He looks like he would eat your entire family.
and he was pretty relevant in Impact.
Yeah, I really like Gunner.
Do you know what? Then I'm going to go for the Forgotten Sons. I think it would be a bit of a swerve.
It's different.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay. For that reason, we're talking about WWE, so I'm going with the retain.
Okay. And Phoenix?
Um,
I'm going to guess you're not going to go for the Miz.
No. I was skeptical about going for the New Day as well.
Okay, so that's 2 for the New Day. I don't know why you wouldn't go for the Miz, but okay.
Because he's a cunt.
But here's the thing, Phoenix. This is for the predictions title.
Yeah.
This is the Fatal 4-Way. We could all go our separate way. And we left the Miz for you.
But you know I don't like him.
I know. That's why we did it.
I actually forgot it was for the predictions title when I said Lucha House Party, but when I said Forgotten Sons, but I'm still going to stick with them.
Same here.
Yeah.
Okay. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley versus Tamina. Like we said, different. It's different that they're pushing Tamina for the championship. Not that we think she's going to win it.
No, I think it's time Bayley dropped it, but I don't think it's going to be to Tamina.
No.
Maybe Sasha Banks.
That would be the obvious thing they're pushing towards, whether or not they pull the trigger, or whether or not they just pussyfoot around again.
Yeah. Please just do not send them to anger management again.
Oh, God.
Come on, Dr. Shelby.
Yeah, I'll be going with Bayley as well.
It's hard not to. I mean, they're trying to give Tamina like the Nia. I want to call her Nyla. The Nia push, but it's so lackluster. And SmackDown was shit.
SmackDown's always shit.
Oh God, it's just gotten so bad.
I don't remember the last time I watched a full episode of SmackDown. I just kind of watch the highlights now.
Honestly, I don't think I've even turned on SmackDown or even seen the highlights since before WrestleMania.
I've only seen like the odd clip here and there on Facebook, but the last show I watched properly was WrestleMania.
Jeez. See, this is the problem. It's so bad that even the hardcores are like, fuck it.
Yeah. The most relevant storyline on SmackDown is Mandy Rose and Otis.
Thank you. Which, by the way, how in the hell can you not love Otis? Butcher, you're on my shit list for this. This guy, his grandmother was a fucking circus wrestler, okay? He was a fucking high school dominant wrestler, a college dominant wrestler. Because he's big and fat. Have you seen how much weight this dude lifts? First off, the strongest dudes on football fields are the fat guys up front, whether you're D-line or O-line, okay? A gut don't mean jack diddly shit, bro. I'd love to see you fucking deadlift 500 plus and make it look with ease, bro. Check his Instagram. He's a hoss. Steaks and weights. Yes, I don't give a shit if there's a bag of chips and a cake after that. I'm eating my steaks and I'm hitting them weights.
I think we both agreed last week that if they booked him the way they did in that stupid movie with the kid, he'd be much better.
Hey, listen here. That's not a
this main
stupid
event.
movie. I love that movie.
That movie was great. I'm not gonna lie. I went out of my way to watch it. It was great. Otis killed it. He, in that role, he assured that I would make him my world champion if I was running SmackDown right now.
The way Travis defended main event then was the way I defend Ready to Rumble. Leave Ready to Rumble alone.
Thank you.
Sal Mandini, wanna wrestle?
First off, if you're not a real wrestling fan, if you don't get a slight giggle out of it, it's one of those like cult films. Deep down, you're telling everybody, I hate that movie. Like all your hardcore wrestling fans, oh, that movie's a piece of shit. You know goddamn well you have this special edition DVD sitting in your house right now.
Yeah.
It is on my shelf as I speak.
Even if you're not a wrestling fan, there is some funny lines in it.
Oh, it's fucking great. My brothers aren't like the biggest of wrestling fans, but they can recite every line in that movie because it was a part of our childhood.
Yeah, you kicked an old guy in the face. Crazy son of a bitch was trying to kill me.
Damn you! Now I gotta watch that now.
See, there you go. It gets you because you know what it really is. There's a fucking Kid Rock song every fucking time I hear it randomly on the radio station or something. I think of David Arquette on the fucking bike, just fucking ripping through the triple cage, laying everybody out. That's all I hear, and that's all I see. And I'm just like, yep, I gotta go home and watch this movie.
Yeah, and crazy to think Scott Kahn went on to become such a big star with NCIS.
Right.
NCIS, what's the other one? 5-0? Yeah.
No, one of them fucking things.
I'm sure, yeah, I think he was in 5-0.
All I know is like all my favorite movies, he's in them. Like that one, Varsity Blues, a few others.
Okay, next match. Wow, looking at it, there really isn't that much besides title matches and Money in the Bank ladder matches. So the weird thing is, obviously they've come up with this weird concept for the Money in the Bank ladder match where you start off in the ground floor of HQ and then you end up on the roof, and they're both going to happen at the same time apparently. So
yeah, that's
okay.
We're expecting the typical Kevin Dunn 1200 camera cuts per second type for this match.
Does this one have to be filmed like a movie? Is that the only way this works?
I feel like, I don't know why, but I keep expecting, like, every time I try to envision it in my head, all I can do, I keep getting sidetracked and just want to go watch Die Hard.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
If they get to
That
the
or
roof
like
and
a bad
Bruce Willis
episode
is
of
there.
Jackass.
I mean, they really have me intrigued to watch it, though. I think it's gonna be too much having both men and women going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that at the same time, it makes it even more intriguing.
I've just got a vision now of a slow motion shot of King Corbin falling off the roof.
Please.
Hey, there's a meme for you. Replace Gruber with
Yeah.
Corbin.
And just Alistair Black or AJ Styles just looking down, happy trails.
I think we'll have giant crash mats all around the building, just in case somebody does fall off the roof.
Well, I hope so, because Otis is in the match as well.
Oh, God.
I would love to see Otis try to like go like through the air ducts. Like nobody's gonna find me in here.
The caterpillar.
Come to HQ, we'll get together, have a few laughs. There's got to be some kind of way I can fit that into the title for the show with Die Hard and Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Okay, so if they're both going to happen at the same time, I think, yeah, they're going to have to film it cinematically with, like, the 6 men, 6 women. They really haven't explained it very well. All they've said is it started on the ground floor and ends on the roof.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first person to grab a briefcase, but... like, from the photos we've seen, both briefcases are hanging above the ring at the same time, so they must happen at the same time. Why else would they both be hanging up there at the same time? So...
but do you really trust do you really trust your stars to be both on a ladder at the same time? You know how dangerous that fucking is?
it's gonna be a clusterfuck.
And they're on top of however tall the world headquarters is. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
fucking
far
high,
from
bro.
safe.
what is it, like
They
11,
call
12
it Titan
stories?
Towers, bro.
I want to know who the first person is that's going to be clever enough to just use the elevator.
That's my guess, but I'm thinking like I would love it if like they did that and like Triple H is like standing there just waving his finger. Nope, not this way.
They'll just have to take
You know,
Big Bang Theory style out of order.
Oh yeah, thank you. Somebody
Just
blow it
know
up.
that they're going to want to, brawl at some point. So instead, are they going to be brawling like, inside the building, or are they going to wait to
No,
get
inside.
on the roof? So how many offices are going to get trashed?
All
That's
of them.
what I've been thinking like for weeks. It's like how much they are gonna trash the shit out of this building, like, and then like every theory in the world has been brought up, like, oh well, maybe they're just like replacing the furniture anyway, so might as well beat the shit out of it on its way out. Or the idea was, oh well, they got that new building, they stopped building that fucking thing, so your office is gonna be all jacked up. God damn it! Why is there blood right here?
Triple H has put so many locks on his door after Brock Lesnar trashed his office.
He's like, ain't nobody getting in here.
I don't think it'll help. They'll still find some way to get in there.
I'm not losing another belt.
In Vince's office as well.
Oh,
Yeah, if there's not a spot in Vince's office, I'll be upset. Just make it like a mock office. It doesn't have to really be his office. Do you know what I mean? Just, oh, this is Vince's office. Just don't make it like a fucking cubicle.
just for old time's sake, I want to see Vince walk into his office and find the Highlanders. I'm Robbie. So, oh man, predictions. Obvious route for the women for me would be Shayna. But obviously they're
Not
also
me.
pushing Nia.
I'm
Oh,
Are they
going-
pushing or is she
I-
pushing them?
I think a bit of both. Nia just pushes people around naturally.
I'm going Lacey Evans.
Thank you.
That would be a good call.
Yeah, that's mine.
She's the only bright thing I've been seeing on this women's side on the main, because Charlotte had to jump to NXT for God.
So
only-
bury everybody. And yes, I use the word bury.
I'm so out. What a way to waste that fucking match with Io. But yeah, no, that makes me mad. But yeah, no, Lacey's been, I'm gonna say great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as far as saying great. But yeah, I'm going with Lacey too.
I can't pull myself away from saying Shayna Baszler.
She's a Marine, damn it.
Well,
to be honest, I think
To choose. Go ahead.
the thing that puts me off Lacey Evans winning would be Sasha Banks getting involved.
Again.
Again, yeah.
Well,
Um,
maybe she just gives her the women right straight off the building.
And again, the weird thing, after the match at WrestleMania, it was pretty clear there was unfinished business between Shayna and Becky, but they haven't mentioned it since. Maybe they learned a lesson from Elimination Chamber. We won't build on a match that we've already booked because people already know Shayna's going to win. So I'm going to stick with Shayna. Phoenix.
Who's in it?
Oh yeah, I didn't run through the people that are in it. So, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Asuka, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella.
I'll have to say Shayna.
Okay, 2 for Shayna, 2 for Lacey. And on to the men. Let me go through who's in it this time. So we have Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, and as he returned to Raw this past week, AJ Styles.
First off, when you said King Corbin, I threw up my mouth a little bit.
Yeah. It hurts me to say it. Corbin.
Oh, God.
He needs to drop the King gimmick.
No.
Yes, please.
I actually like it.
But this is
No,
what
it
really
is
annoys me about King of the Ring. They don't get anything. They just get a stupid crown and they get called King for a few months.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's the only thing that makes him more intriguing to me. It makes him more bearable to watch. To
I
be
still
fair,
find him
for
unbearable.
me.
I found him bearable when he was in NXT doing the whole lone wolf gimmick.
Thank you.
Mm.
As he should have kept doing that.
Yeah, no idea
Yeah.
why they cut his hair and changed everything.
Well,
Well,
they
I'm
had to
glad-
cut his hair. That thing was fucking just bad.
He was balding really bad.
he was doing the skullet. You know what I mean? The thing of the '90s.
He had the same hairstyle as Undertaker in his 50s.
Right.
So for the men, fuck it, I'm gonna go AJ Styles.
I can't choose nobody else but AJ Styles.
Like the
Every
only
fiber of my being is yelling Otis. But yeah, AJ.
I'm gonna have to go AJ as well.
When Otis wins, I'll be kicking myself.
Well, Ziggler's not in the match, so again we could see interference from him to cost Otis.
Yeah, that prick fucker.
what if on every level of the building there's like one person that they feud with? It's like a boss level, like a video game.
Yeah, what was that game? Betrayal.
Yeah.
For the Game Boy. Was it you?
Oh man, that would be funny as hell.
Yeah, you played as a rock and you had to rescue a kidnapped Stephanie.
No thanks.
Yeah, you can keep her.
They make it to like about halfway up, and they get to the big conference room, and Stone Cold's just sitting there.
Whereas in real life, it was Stone Cold who saved Stephanie from The Undertaker. Well,
Yeah,
not real
Vince
life,
was-
on TV.
Vince was behind everything.
Yeah, god damn it. Hold on.
Oh,
Right, Phoenix, I'm going to ask you to say that one more time in a second, okay? Not yet.
I've forgotten what I said.
That Vince was behind it.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead, say it again.
And Vince was behind everything.
Yes, he was. Okay, the 2 championship matches. Please. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. Now, when they announced this match, this is when when I said, this is what makes me believe into the rumor that Goldberg kind of politicked his way into the championship and that Bray was never meant to lose it, because as soon as the WrestleMania was over, Bray was straight back after the championship. So, is Braun a transitional champion?
yep.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
He's
If they put
just so bad as champion. It's like, I forget he's champion.
Like,
If they put the title back on Bray, I will watch SmackDown again.
yeah.
No, you won't, you liar.
Yes, I will. They took the title off of Bray Wyatt and gave it to fucking Goldberg, and I haven't watched it since.
And they paid him $3 million. Don't forget that part.
Damn. They paid him $3 million to do 2 moves repeatedly, badly.
I was about to say very badly, yes.
That's the only 2 moves he can do now.
Well, he did 2 moves and then made one up.
Yeah, he did. So I'm going to try this.
It's a jackplex into a pin. Okay.
Don't worry. I can get you up.
Okay, I won't. I'll just be dead weight then. No, wait, no, what? Well, you said you can lift me. So is that a full house for Bray?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Which brings us to Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship.
Drew.
I'm going with Drew largely because of the speculation I had last week that they are building towards Drew and Jinder.
If they're going to do that, though, why not have Jinder in the Money in the Bank?
Well, I said this last week because I saw
Oh,
that it was
no.
reported
Nope.
they'd replaced... Shit, who got knocked out of it? Oh, Apollo with Jinder Mahal, but that wasn't an official report, it was just a rumour, and Jinder's not in the match.
Yeah, no, please no. I mean, let that just be a one-off. Oh, hey, we're fucking 2MB. You get murdered. See you later. No, if you give him the briefcase again, like I'm definitely not watching Raw or SmackDown for sure. Like, what the fuck was the point of that? You could legit have that match on a fucking Raw, and there you go. Your feud's done with. You take the briefcase, you actually build to that. So, yeah, fucking Drew loses. I'm gonna be pissed.
I'd enjoy AJ and Drew feuding more, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Alright. I'll go with Drew
I'm
to
going.
retain.
I'm going Seth.
Okay.
You what?
Yep. Come on, man! Look what you're watching. It's WWE. Seth Rollins is the damn golden boy. They're gonna put the damn title back on him, and then they're gonna put Drew McIntyre with Jinder Mahal and make them tag team champions.
Gross.
Exactly, it's WWE.
Gross. That's no. I don't want any of that. No, thank you. This is not what I ordered.
But Moses, it's such good shit.
Key word in that being
Shit.
shit.
I still need to order
Exactly.
that t-shirt.
Well, okay, here's my whole thing. Like, I get, like, Seth is, like, the poster boy, but look at fucking Drew. Are you telling me, like Vince is like, it's about time my champion looks like that? You know that's half the reason why Drew's champion is because of the way he fucking looks. Taking the belt off Drew, even just to give it to Seth right now, would just be the worst idea. The worst. Because Seth is... His gimmick is he's fucking CrossFit Jesus. That's his gimmick.
With a
So
slightly
he actually
emo
goes out
touch.
telling people I'm Jesus, yes. You said slightly more emo?
He's
Just
gone
what?
slightly emo now, yeah.
You know, I didn't really thought like that, but yeah. He really kind of has.
Now, on the topic of Golden Boys, all over wrestling social media this past week has been Roman Reigns being apparently deleted from WWE history. It was very obvious that they cut him out of the WrestleMania 31 recap on Raw. And they made it look like the Seth just beat Brock.
Yeah, curb stomped Brock and then showed him celebrating with the title.
Yeah. Brock wasn't even involved in the finish. Some people think it's a work, that they're trying to make us think that Vince is erasing Roman Reigns from history. Others think it's because Roman sort of chose his health and his family over WWE, which is fine.
To us.
Yeah,
Not to fucking Vince.
not to Vince. You'd
I'm still working
rather
on it.
live than work for me.
Exactly. You'd rather be healthy? I'm in the gym at 3 a.m., damn it.
It's weird though that Roman Reigns went from being practically shoved down everybody's throats to just shit. Is he in trouble with Vince?
Yep, from being John Cena to where the hell did he go?
Yeah, and now I'm seeing that WWE have decided to go into this new phase of not having a top guy and making the company the focal point, which is what they should have done 10 years ago. Instead of focusing on one guy. Maybe you'd have more stars to book, Vince, instead of part-timers.
And CM Punk would have had more time off than just 2 months.
Yeah.
He might still be around.
Although even when he was a top guy, he wasn't in the main event. Didn't Punk main event one pay-per-view out of every one during his 434?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I think he was always like this. What is it? The co-main event or whatever.
Yeah. And as
I
Punk
think
would
the
say,
only-
there's only one main event.
Well, he won it in the Survivor Series main event, didn't he?
Yeah, so like
But
after
defending
that,
it,
when he
though.
was defending the
But
title as
after
champion,
that-
he didn't main event one pay-per-view.
Was it the following pay-per-view, TLC? Triple threat ladder match or something, wasn't it? Against Miz and
Oh,
Del
wait.
Rio. I don't know if that was a main
The
event.
two matches with The Rock. But of course, he lost the
Oh.
title.
Yeah.
So were they? No, yeah. Well,
Wow, so the only one he main evented was when he actually lost the belt to The Rock.
So he main evented just because of a legend. Got it.
Yeah, and just to drop the belt to him. Hey, Rock's first reign in 10 years, cool.
And then lose a rematch as well.
Yeah. Ugh. But that's a nice segue because I also wanted to talk about CM Punk, who has been heavily rumoured as the mysterious hacker on SmackDown, which I don't really believe. But WWE added fuel to the fire this week when they played the clip on Twitter. Actually, it was WWE on Fox Twitter account. They played the clip of the hacker and they used the caption, "Do I have everybody's attention now?" Which, yes, CM Punk is famous for saying, but it's also a very common phrase.
Exactly.
That would be interesting, but I don't see that shit happening at all.
Nah.
You want to
Well,
save
why
your
not?
ratings?
When that first started, it was rumored to be Mustafa Ali, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that-
he's still a
yeah.
viable option.
Mm.
But obviously, when WWE drop a little hint, the internet goes crazy.
I mean, like, I could definitely see it being CM Punk. You know, I could see that happening, but I mean, like, gimmick wise, like, you know, showing behind the scenes, like, it's kind of like pipe bomb type thing, but I mean, I can see why somebody would think it.
It would be amazing if it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely, but I just don't see it happening.
And of course, you got the people who look at this gimmick and just think, didn't Impact just do that exact same thing with Sami Callihan?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
I'm not even watching.
but he did also kind of do the same thing in NXT when he was Solomon Crow. So swings and roundabouts.
I will say that if Fox really does want ratings, then yeah, that's how you will desperately be like, you just show up and do this thing in the backstage. But we need Punk. We need Punk. But
Yeah.
that's
But it's not just
If they're-
reserved to SmackDown, this hacking gimmick, because it did appear on Backstage.
yeah, we'll see.
And all the caption says is the truth will be told. Yes, but when?
When, damn it, when?
Going back to an action movie scenario,
think,
wouldn't it be great if this hacker just hacked loads of weapons into WWE HQ while they were having this Money in the Bank match?
That would be awesome.
It's a shame also it's not an AEW match, because on one floor you could just have Jericho, "Send in the hounds!"
Just get your ankles bit by Pomeranians and Chihuahuas. Oh, son of a shit.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing about. And I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about it, they walk into Vince's office and there's Brody Lee.
Oh God!
Eating his steak.
Did you just sneeze? Shit! Run!
2 meters, damn it. Why didn't he say that when he did that segment? Golden opportunity, AEW.
I don't think they wanted to give out like everything of Vince. Like they just wanted to give subtle hints.
Oh no, I just meant use a 2 meter line.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. Let's get into the Wednesday Night War then, because we just mentioned AEW, who have just been fined $10,000 for the Lights Out match. That
Chump change.
yeah, it's nothing really for the Khan family. But yeah, for the Lights Out match that Mox and Omega had months ago, purely because they used barbed wire and intentional bleeding.
Oh boo hoo!
Yeah.
It was
They
great.
just now got fined for that.
Well, I mean, they got called out for it as soon as it happened, but it's taken till now for them to actually fine them.
Fucking hell.
And the guy that called him out commented on them being fined. I'm not even going to bother to remember his name. And just said it looks bad for the whole wrestling community because, you know, they broke policy, and if they get fined again, then the state loses their license. Shut up. They wouldn't even be in this position if you didn't piss and moan in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
There's always got to be one asshole.
Yeah. And it's usually a wrestling journalist.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay. Oh, actually, before we get into Wednesday Night War, we forgot Impact, which has become a focal point again. Travis, have you seen Impact yet?
Week? No, I haven't. I haven't hardly had a chance to watch anything this week.
I can't remember the last time I watched an episode of Impact.
Well, neither could I until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I was really wanting to watch it. It's just my mom had to go to the hospital the other day, so it's kind of really fucked me up, and I haven't been able to watch much of anything.
Well, obviously that takes priority.
Yeah.
Well, without spoilers, there's a very nice Kiera Hogan segment for you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If you look into the group chat, I just posted about it last night. Oh my god. Sometimes life is just not fucking fair.
No. There was a lot of interviews this week. I don't think it was last week. I think it was a week before when I watched Rebellion Night 1. Chris Bay was somebody who stood out to me because I'd never seen him before. And again, he stood out this week as he was in the main event. Very, very bright future.
Yeah, I liked him in that triple threat. Was it triple threat or fatal four-way?
This week it was a triple threat with Moose and Callahan.
Yeah, so you guys are watching I don't mean to interrupt. You guys are watching Impact. What the fuck is up with Moose in the TNA World Title?
So basically they're kind of like doing like a old Randy Orton gimmick, the Legend Killer. So
Okay.
Moose is going and basically taking out like TNA guys, not Impact guys, like old school like TNA when TNA was good. Going after like fucking Hernandez and whatnot. And he's just calling himself the TNA heavyweight champion. Basically, they did a TNA special, and so they brought the title back just for that one special, and then Moose just kind of like stole it and became his own champion.
Yeah, and it's also kind of because they can't use Tessa right now because she's isolated. So they don't have a world champion to put on TV, so they brought in Moose. And it's kind of like his gimmick as, well, I've got a world title. Okay, it's not the official world title, but it's a world title. It's got history, and it's mine. And there was just a great interview with Josh Matthews this week, and Josh was just kept going, yeah, but you didn't beat anybody for it. I beat everybody for it. Yeah, but you didn't actually win a match for it. You didn't earn it. Okay, I'm going to walk out of here. And I was just like, Josh, just ask him one more time so he can beat you up, please. Please.
Please. I love Moose. Like, I really got behind him in ROH. I was kind of like, I followed his dude like through his football career, through his college career. He was a guy I put on my draft board at one point. He did not work out well in the NFL, obviously. But like when I started seeing him on the independent scene, I was like, oh, he's different. That's great. And then he really shined in Ring of Honor, and then he's just gotten better. And he's like the biggest reason why I'm actually considering watching Impact. But now after you're telling me this, I'm just thinking maybe he's just like a spot guy. He just, okay, cool, he killed the dude. See you later.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, there's so much more that goes to it. I'm sitting here wondering, because with that TNA special, it was like the most views that Impact has gotten in like a long time.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of like keeping it around, keeping that TNA name around. I feel like I read something about how the network Axis is like considering changing the name back to TNA. Are they going to have a match with Tessa and Moose, and then to unify the title? I don't know. I said it like last week. It's interesting to see what's going to happen with it, though.
Yeah. I also got mixed up, by the way. Chris Bay wasn't in the main event. He was in the other match with Willie Mack and Ace Austin for the X Division Championship this week. But still impressive. Which leads us to Willie Mack, who also has impressed me. And looks great as X Division Champion. I still can't stand Ace Austin.
I like it.
Who, Ace Austin?
I don't love him, but I like him.
I know I'm not supposed to like him. But even though I know that, I still don't like him.
It's just like a bullshit, gimmick, but I still enjoy it, though.
The one segment I didn't enjoy was the kind of cinematic comedy skit, whatever they did with the North, which obviously you haven't seen yet. But yeah, there's a comedy little segment with the North, and they're in like this empty arena, which isn't the arena they use for Impact. But then they've got like mannequins as audience members, and they're just slapping around the mannequins and talking. I don't know. It was just, what the fuck am I watching? But on the whole, I'm still interested. I'm still watching, so that's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, that says a lot right there.
Yeah. Yeah, to start off the show, we had Sami Callihan calling out Ken Shamrock. And then
is
Moose
Ken
came
still
out.
doing shit?
Ken's still doing shit, yeah.
He's like basically like he's been back for a while.
Yeah.
He just had a match against, was it Sammy?
The non-sanctioned match last week.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Well, it was okay. It kind of had that cinematic vibe like WWE's been doing with the empty arena matches. But like it was like a Falls Count Anywhere type situation. They were all over the place. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, when we say
Ken
cinematic,
Shamrock.
what they did was, as soon as they went backstage, this tense music started playing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's real cinematic.
Well, I can
see what they were trying to do.
it's as cinematic as Impact can get.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah. But I have to give credit to Ken Shamrock. You know, he's better than, you know, like Goldberg coming back.
Well, you see, he actually, you know, did wrestling. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He was in the business when the business, you know, was one, good, and two, like, everybody kind of learned from each other and they actually fucking applied it. Not to mention, like I said, he's been away forever. He learns from a bunch of people while he's away. And then jiu-jitsu is just, I don't know. He does a lot of indie shows where he just like brawls with dudes. Like, I know I seen one where he had like it was a bar fight with Filthy Tom Lawler. That was great.
That definitely sounds like an Impact thing.
I would not mind Filthy Tom on Impact. That'd be another reason for me to watch it. But I'll watch MLW in the meantime.
I mean, I never had a problem with the bar fights the APA used to do.
Right?
Those
were
were
great.
so good.
The good old days.
One of my favorite APA moments was when they had an actual bar set. I think it was Vengeance 2003. They actually had a bar set at the side of the stage, and they had a barroom brawl, and it was basically the last person drinking is the winner. And it comes down to, I think it was Bradshaw and Funaki, and Funaki's just spent the whole fight drinking on a bar stool, and he goes to take another drink and falls off the bar stool.
Okay, I'm glad that you mentioned bar fight, because I know there's, I know y'all have, not many people know who the Revolt is, and I'm not talking about the Revival. Y'all have seen how like they've gotten like been getting heat for going by the name the Revolt.
Oh yeah.
So, do y'all remember? I think it was Monday Night Raw when Sheamus and Cesaro was like starting to become a tag team, and they were at a bar.
Yeah, their bar fight.
Yeah, their bar fight. That bar fight was done in North Carolina. About 3 or 4 of those guys that was in that bar fight was that team, that group, the Revolt, that everybody's like catching heat about, like pissed that the Revival's taking their name. So, interesting tidbit. See, I know some shit.
Okay, well, I guess first come, first serve for the copyright.
Yeah.
Right?
If you don't own the copyright, you can't really get pissed at somebody using the name.
True.
Well, you got to trademark that shit, man. The one thing I will
And
say I
also-
remember about that bar fight is fucking just Sheamus just like chugging the crap out of his beer. Cesaro's like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude? We're on TV."
Also, I don't really watch it. Which show is it that does like that kind of like retro theme?
That retro
is
thing.
Is it MLW?
Oh, NWA.
Ah, yes,
NW
sorry.
Power.
2 of the guys on there now, the Dawson brothers, they were also in that bar fight as well.
They're not related to Scott Dawson, are they?
No.
Oh, okay.
What about Dawson from Dawson's Creek? I'm just kidding.
I think like Zane Dawson, and it's like the 2 really big fat guys, big beards.
Oh yeah, the big fat guys.
Yeah.
No, the big fat guys.
But they were in that bar fight, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
they're with Power.
Yeah. They look like the Viking Raiders, aka Heavy Machine. What are they called? Not Heavy Machine. That's a completely different team. The War Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see them big guys with big beards.
Yeah.
They should have just called themselves Testosterone.
Those guys are actually really freaking great, and I'm glad they're getting to a new level. Well, because they're not only are they great in ring, but they're even better on the fucking mic.
Speaking of big guys, there was a team on Impact this week, literally called Triple XL,
Oh god.
Big old boys, huh?
and yeah, they were big guys. It one of them actually did kind of look like Otis, just a little bit more, little bit slimmer, a little more athletic, not quite as cringy.
I think I saw a clip of that.
Not quite as stout.
No. So like I said, I've only been watching it again for 3 weeks, so I said the name and I was hoping somebody had heard of them, but apparently this was their debut, so there we go.
Oh, okay.
It's AC Romero and Larry D, Triple XL.
Oh yeah, AC Romero, big old boy.
All right, Wednesday night, NXT versus Dynamite. I kind of give the edge more to NXT this week. There was a lot more going on. It was, for me, it was just another episode of Dynamite this week, but a lot happened on NXT. So we'll go through Dynamite first. Kicks off once again with Cody in a match. I do kind of like the look of the stadium they were in this week that they moved to do it live.
Place.
Yeah. Last time they were, it looked a bit more covered up last time they were there, but it was very open this week. I like the look of it. To be honest, I actually thought there was random people in the crowd because I didn't recognize some people. And then I saw Britt Baker and thought, okay, they are using wrestlers again. They didn't just let random people in.
They actually, I believe it was family members too.
Well,
Yeah,
that'll be why I
was
didn't recognize him then.
Like when Moxley was going down the stairs,
Yeah.
there was a couple of people like taking pictures and whatnot. And those were like a couple of friends and family up in the audience and whatnot. But hey, they had more than one row this week.
Yeah.
Ringside.
Great. It felt great. Like you felt like there was a crowd there. Like there was energy in this show.
Yeah, and like I say, with the open stadium, it looked brighter.
Oh yeah, I love the open arena.
But it was good. They had more people in the background. They had Private Party. There was a lot of more faces that we haven't seen in a while. Like Kristen Statlander was in the audience and watching. So I mean, I liked it, but also they all had to step up their game because it was live this week. So
Yeah.
They also had to step up their game because the two greatest crowd members of all time were there showing off like always, MJF and Sean Spears with the fucking horn. Oh God, I was loving it. And then at one point I'm like, okay, just fucking somebody kill him. And then he did it like at the perfect time. I'm like, all right, you're fine.
It was pretty flawless as well because you couldn't really tell the difference between last week and this week in terms of production.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We did find out another 2 matches for Double or Nothing this week as well. Obviously, we've got Cody and Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. We also now have MJF returning to take on Jungle Boy, and Brody Lee challenging Mox for the World Championship after the attack this week.
Lame.
WWE match.
A WWE match, yeah. It's Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper for the World Championship. Wait, what?
Let him go
Not
out there
happy
and
about
do
that
like
at all.
I wonder if they'll go out and brawl into the city again.
That'd be
yeah, there
good.
you go, do that.
That'd be good.
Let him have like a CZW match.
This was the
Go kill each other.
first time as well since his reveal that we've actually seen Brody in the ring with the whole Dark Order.
Who is this 10 guy? Because he's huge.
Oh,
Oh hell. Fuck.
I know they did a
I can't
little bio on him. Robert told me he was watching. So for RWT, fucking Harold does a weekly stream for those who can't watch it. He shows Dynamite, and we all have like a fun chat. There was like over 300 some odd comments yesterday. We had a blast.
not that we
But,
condone
like-
that, authorities.
Oh yeah. Right. You heard nothing. You heard nothing. He was, he was watching it. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Anyway, but no, like this, they had mentioned that on Dark, he had like a little bio or whatever. I just remember the whole thing that he was the failed football star. He tore his knee, whatever. He was the Brody Lee recruit. So I'm just like really curious who this dude is, because like the first time I saw him, I was like, is that Kenny? It looks like Kenny with a mask on. But then it was like, no, it's short hair. And I'm like, oh, okay. Curious.
He, of course, as always, Michael fucking Larkin always knows who every single fucking person is. But he's
don't speak of his name while he's on vacation.
But he said it like 3 or 4 damn times to me. I can't remember his damn name. I think he's from like New York.
Preston Vance.
Hell, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it doesn't ring any
That
bells.
sounds right. But yeah,
That's where the 10 comes from, because his Twitter handle is Press10 Vance.
Oh, gotcha.
Play on words, clever.
I think the 10 was his jersey number, I think.
That works. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we need to look more into Preston Vance now.
Yeah, for real. Who are you?
Anyway, well, okay, so I got while you're doing that, I gotta ask. So, is anybody else getting tired of Cody opening every show? I was at first, and then he had a great match. But at first, I was like, okay, bro, can you stop opening the show, man?
No. Absolutely not.
It's not that I'm getting tired of it, but when it started this week, I just looked at the screen and thought, oh, why is Cody in the opening match again? Huh? Okay.
Well, you gotta think. Like I like Cody opening the show because Cody always brings the best out of anybody he's up against. He brings that energy. He brings that star power. He has the full fucking package. So why not start the show like that? Get all that energy up and going.
I just think I kind of think Cody's worth waiting for, so it's nice to have him sort of halfway through the show.
Thank you.
I mean, like, I'm okay with that too, but if Cody's in a match, honestly, I don't care where you put him. Simple as that, really.
Well, I don't know where he disappeared to later on, but we did see his wife, Brandy, later on in the show, accompanying QT to the ring. There's such a... I don't know if anybody else sort of put 2 and 2 together, but obviously she got knocked out. And then Jake the Snake comes out, puts the snake over her. The thing I found funny was this python, this snake's crawling all over Brandy, and she's wearing a snakeskin skirt.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I was just like, Jesus Christ, Jake is all over her.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, hey, Cody's going to yell at me later, but I'm going to take some... I'm like, whoa, hey.
This is my snake, and this is my python.
Exactly.
that one spot was just so freaking awkward because it looked like he was just dry humping her.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been self-isolated for about 4 weeks.
Right. I haven't smelled me a woman in months.
The other strange thing, he comes out wearing a face mask, and then as soon as he gets in the ring, he takes it off. That's not how it works, Jake.
That's how all of there was like so many different people wearing face masks, but they had it like under their chin.
Yeah. Like they're not accessories. They serve a purpose.
Thank you.
Well, I actually just saw right before we started the call. Well, I think AEW is actually selling AEW face masks.
Yeah, well, WWE are too,
Yeah,
for charity. How much was the Bray Wyatt one?
I've already bought the Bray Wyatt one.
How much was it?
12 quid, I think it was, something like that.
12. Okay, so
So it's gonna be like $15 for us. That kind of shit.
And yeah,
It's a
couple
pre-order,
of extra for postage and packaging. Yeah, I don't get it till the end of the month.
What?
Fucking
Shit.
Yeah, Euroshop
Oh.
terrible for not having things in stock and making you wait.
Mm.
The alternative, of course, is for just buying it off WWE Shop, but then you have to pay extra shipping because it's a US site.
Ah, yeah.
Have
Okay.
have you had the chance to look at the AEW ones?
No, like until you mentioned it, and I didn't know AEW were doing some. I just saw WWE's masks.
Yeah, so they got one where it's just like it says got the AEW logo all over it. They have a John Moxley one. They got a Britt Baker one. Darby Allin, I really like that one because it's half black, half face paint.
Please tell me Britt Baker's mask has teeth on it.
Yes, it's actually like just like a kind of like the kiss lips top thing, and then there's like the big smile with a tooth missing.
Oh, yeah, I got it. And a
Yeah.
grill that says DND.
Yeah,
Jimmy Havoc's one is cool. I like Jimmy
Yeah,
Havoc's.
I
Wow.
like that one too.
You
Yeah,
got
that's a pretty nice
not
one.
Darby. No, Orange Cassidy is just like denim looking. Like that one was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Acid wash
Yeah,
denim.
Yeah.
But there's no tag champs. There's no one for Kenny. There's no like cowboy bandana looking one for Hangman.
Oh, Cody's got one as
Disappointed.
well, hasn't he? With his neck tattoo on it.
Yeah, Cody's
Yep.
got a Nightmare Family one.
Yeah.
Of course, Cody. Cody's got to have his.
Penta's
That
got one.
giant.
Luchasaurus has got one.
Yeah, Luchasaurus. I like that one. And then the crazy looking smile. Everybody's like, "Who is that?" That's Evil Uno.
Yeah. Evil Uno got one, but Kenny Omega didn't. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Speaking of Kenny, tell me that guy did not look like a absolute fucking star in the main event last night. Like he shut up all the Kenny haters. I thought that what was it, the street fight where with his fucking mom jeans, the goddamn high waters.
Yeah, that's become his new style in AEW, street fights. That's what he's good at now. It used
it's
to be
great.
just pure wrestling matches, now it's street fights.
I'm okay with it honestly because I love it.
Yeah, it's just weird that we
Agreed.
have that transition. Like he was going 65 plus minutes with Okada in Japan. Um, I was gonna try and ignore that, but okay.
I tried, but damn.
Oh man. Jeez. Well, we are on the topic of Kenny Omega the cleaner. Do you need a mop
Right.
wrapped in barbed wire?
Oh, that was great.
If anything, the street fights are probably healthier for Kenny than all those friggin' long ass matches with Okada dropping him on his
Yeah.
head constantly.
Yeah, just taking bump after bump after bump after bump, and then, yeah, especially like when Okada would just fucking lay it in, these clothesline, these forearms. It's like, oi.
Okay, so your options are barbed wire or 10 Rainmakers. Yeah, I'll go with a street fight.
I'd rather get a little cut up than just get like my whole chest caved in
But
by this
we're
giant
gonna-
Japanese man.
We're gonna get fined. Yeah, but at least I'll be alive.
Thank you. I'd rather lose 10 grand.
Tony, you can afford it.
Oh yeah, tell me like fucking Big Daddy Khan wasn't just loving life with look at my Jaguar logo everywhere. I was like, oh, he's loving life.
So on to NXT. Like I said, a lot of things happened this week. Obviously, the main event was Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship, which we'll get to. The big thing I was waiting for, which I didn't have to wait long for actually, was of course Cassian Cross's debut. What a fucking entrance!
I saw that this morning.
Dude,
Ah.
call me a fucking fan. Oh my god.
But we knew he wasn't going to keep the killer part of his name, wasn't he? Was he?
Yeah, and like I said last week, for once, I'm really not upset about the name change because it instantly works.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um, it seems like they've also dropped Bordeaux from Scarlett's name and just calling her Scarlett, which again is fine.
Perfect. Works.
Yeah, maybe the younger fans can't spell Bordeaux, so we'll just go with Scarlett.
I'm fucking 30. I can't spell the goddamn thing.
It was
I let Google finish it.
I can't spell French.
Okay, so I gotta get this off my chest. So I've known of Killer Cross or Karrion Kross while he was the I think they called him the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, who in the fuck is this guy? And then I heard of him in Impact, and then I was immediately turned off. I'm like, oh, it's fucking Impact. And then just to hear the hype from, especially somebody like Courtney, who's just in love with this fucking guy, from him, from Butcher, from pretty much just everybody else, and then like talk about making an entrance. Like I've known of Scarlett Bordeaux. She's hot, so of course it's hard not to know that. And then she's out here just looking awesome, and then this Karrion Kross built like a brick shit house. Okay, he reminds me of Jackson Riker, but just crazy. He is what fucking Dexter Lumis should be. That's what, how I think he should be the fucking serial killer. Like he's the horror movie killer. Everything's gone black and white. You're dead.
Yeah, I mean Dexter Lumis is kind of the other type of serial killer that looks like everybody else.
I forget you guys like Dexter Lumis. I call him 2020 Nails. That's what he reminds me of Nails.
I like him, and I like the gimmick because obviously I saw it in Impact, but they didn't really drive it home. It was kind of there, and then it didn't really go anywhere.
I say he does three things really well. He hits a spine buster great. I forgot what the other one was, and then he doesn't blink well. Like he never blinks. I'm like, that's great. You keep doing that.
Doesn't blink at all.
But it's spine buster, and then it's the what is it? His transition into the arm triangle. Yeah. And I said on last week's show that when he does that, he's got to start whispering shit in people's ear. Like it's almost over soon. I think that's what Travis had said. Like it's almost over soon or something. And there's no crowd, you put that in. I think that makes his fucking character even creepier, and it makes it work.
Yeah, especially while there's no crowd where you can actually hear everything.
Yes.
Well, we didn't really see many moves from Kross in his debut because he didn't need many.
Nope.
It was basically, I think, one suplex and then, of course, into his finisher.
2 Saito suplexes, drops this dude right on his fucking head.
Yeah.
And then what did they call this? The straight jacket? I forgot what they called his finisher.
Yeah, it was something like straight jacket, but it was Kross. It wasn't Kross jacket or straight cross. So it may have been straight cross.
I think cross jacket actually sounds a little more what I think.
It was something like that.
Which is just like a weird modified rear naked choke.
Yeah. Which he locked in instantly on the landing of the second suplex.
Oh yeah, great. Loving the Saito suplex, by the way.
I think the coolest thing about his entrance was Scarlett just staring into the camera, miming the song. I didn't know what the song was. I didn't know what the lyrics were. I didn't care.
Same.
Even though the lyrics were on the screen behind her, I didn't care. Because I barely noticed the screen. Well, obviously we're expecting him to feud with Tommaso Ciampa down the line.
Yep.
Which should be awesome. Hopefully they're saving that for the next takeover.
I'd assume so.
The other big thing that happened was Rhea Ripley making a return. No mention on whether it was anything to do with her visa, whether it did run out, or whether they renewed it and now she's finally back, or whether she just took some time off in general. We don't know, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, Rhea Ripley's back, attacking Charlotte after the DQ finish against Io Shirai, which, like you said, was a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, way to just piss people off.
I mean, on the plus side, I think that was the best case scenario, unfortunately, because Charlotte was obviously going to win otherwise, and I don't want to see Io Shirai buried.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I can with that easy explanation, I will let it slide. But it's like I'm already done with Charlotte being NXT champion. It's like it doesn't fit. I don't like it.
I mean, DQ finish, fair enough, but it was done very cheaply, where Charlotte just pulls out a kendo stick and just says "fuck it." I mean, I would have rather Io go nuts and the ref just throw the match out.
Yeah, have Io be the one that gets disqualified, not Charlotte.
Yeah, because then she looks like a beast. Whereas the way they did it last night, Charlotte looked like a coward. And that's probably the first anything I've watched of Charlotte's since WrestleMania, because every time they come up on screen with a picture of Charlotte Flair and says, Charlotte's up next, okay, I'm turning over. Or I'm fast forwarding. I don't care.
Yeah, I do the same thing every fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know why I watched it well, obviously it was live, but I don't know why I actually paid attention. Maybe I was kind of hoping Io was going to win, because I had no idea Rhea Ripley was going to return. That was a nice surprise.
I don't think anybody knew.
No, WWE actually kept a surprise. I like it. More of that, please. And, if it was Brock Lesnar, Rhea Ripley's returning in 2 weeks. Okay, great. You spoiled the surprise.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got NXT on right now. I haven't seen it yet. AEW always comes first for me, but so I got NXT on right now, and I'm just like, you're saying the show is so great, but then I just watched fucking Chelsea Green, and I'm like, what the
First
fuck?
off, have you looked at her? Jeez. Ow. I love how she's going for the broski boot and almost never hits it. But, I mean, we already knew she wasn't a fucking worker. She's there because of how she looks. And, who she was or who she's with, who ain't there no more.
The only green that I care about is Shotzi.
I don't blame you there. I don't blame you there.
Maybe Chelsea should change her second name. I don't think it's doing her any favors. And I just don't get the whole deal with Robert Stone, aka Robbie E. Apparently he's got this talent agent gimmick, but he's got one client.
Right.
So he can't be a very good one.
Apparently he is, because look at the lavish life that they live and shit. And I'm just like, okay, well, you obviously make a lot of money with just this one broad. So, okay, good for you.
And like this week, it was almost as if he was recruiting Aaliyah, so he definitely can't be that good.
Bad recruit. It's a bad recruit. Change your mind now, Robbie E. You're like, you know what? We're going a different route.
Also, get some trousers that fit and some socks.
Okay, I thought that was like a style. No, it pisses me off.
Apparently it is.
If that's the style, that needs to stop. Because, that drives me bananas. It was almost as bad as Kenny's mom's pants. You know what I mean? It was but it's I asked my lady, is that like a fucking thing? She's like, I wouldn't see you wearing that. I'm like, of course not. I'm a fucking man. I dress in like a suit like a regular person. Like that, it looks like he picked it out of the kids section.
So what's the wardrobe today? GTA Vice City?
Handle it. No, don't give me the Hawaiian shirt. Give me the white suit.
The one that doesn't fit.
Except I won't roll up the sleeve, so just make it short. You know what? Did Leo have that shirt? Give me the one that Leo wore. And then bam, there you go.
Who started that style?
Some asshole.
Okay, who brought it back?
God. I'm not too in tune with pop culture. That's a Mike question.
Yeah, we need to ask Mike that when I don't pay attention either. I'll find out after the show when Mike listens to it. So without spoilers for Travis, then main events. We saw Dexter Lumis in the main event. Very creepily. It was like Titus O'Neil in reverse, but creepy.
It reminds me of a dog when it's like rubbing its ass on the carpet.
Dexter's got worms.
I was just like, whoa.
So he has. It still doesn't answer my question of who he's targeting. Is it Velveteen or Undisputed Era?
Yeah, that wasn't answered either. Because it was almost like he was defending Dream this week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell's going on with him. And I like that I don't know. Because it just makes me want to tune in even more to try to find out. Just like the fucking damn kidnapping luchadors.
Okay, hold on. Can I interrupt you on that? I have an insight on what the hell's going on with that.
Okay.
So the gimmick is the masked luchadors are going to be ran by an unmasked luchador. Now, are you ready for the kicker here? The idea is the unmasked luchador is an unmasked El Fantasma. He will be playing two people.
Okay. So it's kind of like a Biff versus Joseph Park.
Yeah. But I think they're gonna make it cool. I think the idea is like Phantasma gets over, here's his character, and then boom, when they want to turn him heel, he's this, English speaking, no mask wearing dude.
Well, I mean that would be okay. Because that could kind of like, because that's why they can't get him, and they keep trying to get him, but he fights them off and gets away or whatever. I mean, I guess I could see that. Okay, I gotta pause the TV. Hold on. Shit. It's Scar.
There you go. Because of Scarlet. Before you get into the main, though, can I just say that this interim championship tournament, their version of a G1, has been great.
Yeah.
Like, I've really, really liked it. Fucking Kushida looked awesome against Jake Atlas, who he has a secret to tell, or whatever he's got. What the fuck was he saying the other week in his gimmick? That he's going to break barriers and shit. It's like, man, my man's gay. Can't you just say he's gay? What's wrong with him saying he's gay? He's a gay wrestler. That's good. What the fuck's wrong with that?
Yeah,
like Darren Young, you were terrible. Don't tell nobody you were gay.
Why does it also have to be a gimmick?
Right.
Like, it's not a gimmick. That's just who he is.
And that's what he was just trying to say. Like, that's why he's like, I'm trying to break barriers. But it's like, if you paid attention to that background of his little vignette or whatever, it rainbows all over the joint.
But then when we had the whole thing with Liv Morgan and Lana, everybody was like, why can't you just use Sonya Deville? Just because she's a lesbian.
Because, exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh, wait, no, you're really that? Nah, you're going to play a straight guy. Like, what the? You just tell everybody.
Same like Velveteen.
Velveteen reminds me of like an overdrawn version of Goldust, but not as creepy.
That's the thing when that whole controversy happened a couple weeks ago with Velvet. Like, a lot of people were like, I thought he was gay. No, he's just very good at playing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
His character work is fantastic, and he's over here trying to show everybody his little dream. Oh, God. Was that main event was no good.
It could have been better.
I mean, I'm just happy to see that Adam retained.
I think if it was an actual takeover and they had a crowd and they were allowed to just go for it, then it would have been a better match.
Man, I'll tell you what, though. Moses don't know how to listen to rules. Dazzy, our captain, said, without spoiling it for Travis.
I just said it was real good. Oh, and then that. Who gives a shit?
Oh, you know,
It's not about spoilers. It's about you got to watch it build. God damn it.
Yeah, I gotta watch it like 2 or 3 times.
That's how I watch everything, by the way, except for this shit because I can't do that. Well, I'm gonna have to do that, but that's why I have until Saturday to do my goddamn notes.
I do have a complaint, and we can talk about this because it was in the opening match, so Travis has already seen it. During Gargano's match, Candice is pulling him towards the ropes, towards the apron, and right in front of the ref, and he just lets it slide.
Okay.
Now, to me, that's either a DQ or at the very least an ejection from ringside.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But her comeback was the fucking greatest thing I've ever heard. I'm legally married to him. I'm allowed to be here. I fucking died.
It's like when was it Braun hit Roman in the face with the steel steps?
Yeah.
But then he didn't get DQ'd for that. Yeah, he got DQ'd when he gave him a power slam onto the steps in the ring.
Oh, there was so much about that feud that didn't make sense.
Nope.
You just threw a chair at him. Yeah, okay.
I just don't like the damn direction they're going with Johnny.
No, I don't like it. It's what I say last week. He's become a pussy whipped husband of a new heel.
I wouldn't mind that if he was just her manager though. But if he's gonna like wrestle too, then like yeah, like I don't like it. But if he's just gonna be out there being her fucking hype man as like an entrance dude every week, that's fine. Each week, like he holds her purse or he grabs her jacket or he does something like that'd be hilarious.
Well, we know what's in her
love it.
purse.
Yeah, his balls.
Upon research, Cassian's finisher was called the cross jacket.
Oh yeah. See, I knew I was closer. No,
Cross,
see, you were
cross with a K, obviously.
trademark, bro.
Oh, that will be definitely trademarked. And that's about it, really, for this week. Like I say, a lot happened. We had returns, we had a debut, and we had a fine.
Fine.
Back to AEW, we forgot to mention the other thing that's going to happen at Double or Nothing, which is a ladder match, but for a future World Championship match. What was it called again? A casino ladder match. Obviously, because they're in the Grand Garden again.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if they're. Well, that's the whole thing. They say they're supposed to be in MGM, but I think they're taping it somewhere in Florida.
Oh yeah, it was originally going to be in Grand Garden. Yeah.
So I'm a little curious. I'm like, who all they're going to throw in this thing? Because we've seen guys just sitting on the sidelines, not doing nothing. You know. So I wonder what's going to happen.
It's weird. They haven't put MJF in that match, and they've just given him a singles match with Jungle Boy.
Which I thought was kind of extra weird. I'm just like, rather than put him in this ladder match, you're just gonna be like, oh, you're gonna wrestle Jungle Boy. It's like, I didn't sign off for this.
What? Yeah, that's one problem that I've been having, and one thing that I've been worried about was when everybody comes back from quarantine and things start slowly getting back to normal. They get to go live again. Like last night, Nyla Rose came back, Statlander came back. They're just picking up where they left off before all this COVID-19 bullshit. Before they had to cancel everything and quarantines and all that, because that's what they were doing. Jungle Boy was feuding with MJF.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
They have a match that could easily just take place on Dynamite next week.
Yeah, that's what it should be. It was MJF in action next week for make it like a contendership for the ladder match.
Yeah, like winner qualifier.
Because we've still got just over 2 weeks till Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Very.
All right, then. Before we go anywhere, I want to give a quick shout out to Beer, who failed to show up for Promomania infamously, but he's just passed 100 subs on his YouTube channel, so congratulations to Beer. And if you're interested, of course, I will get you the YouTube channel right now, because it's one of those.
Is this channel about beer?
It's gaming.
Oh, beer and gaming. I like that.
I should remember it. Actually, it's JM Beer 434. He likes to do a lot of like 12-hour specials too.
Mostly of FIFA.
Yeah.
12 hours.
Basically, he's got nothing else to do during lockdown.
So I'm just at home. Don't have any beer.
Beer. Why didn't he call his channel that? Beer with Beer.
It was probably already taken.
Yeah, probably. All right. Now, before the outro to the show, Moses, I know you have challenged Amir in the Promo League, but you've also sent a message to the guy we can't mention because he's on hiatus, aka the Podcast Machine, in response to the match at Promomania 6 next year.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. You have a year. A year.
Hold on. And
why do you have to do a response every damn week?
Fuel to the fire, hombre. Fuel. First off, that little behind the curtain BS over here. That promo that got put up on YouTube, that fucking thing got done weeks ago. And I never dropped it because I wanted to make it fancy. And, well, all I did making it fancy was just find some nice ass entrance music, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, I'm trying to build this thing up. That's what Mike wants. That's what we want. We want this thing to be bigger than Promo Mania 6 itself. It's not Promo Mania 6. It's Mo versus Larkin. Like, that's how it's going to be. Like, that's how I want it to be. I mean, everybody else, that's great. Yeah, great. You're on our show. That's fantastic, but it is our show. So I plan to build the dog mess out of it. Yes, we're going to take stabs at each other. I'm going to call him names. I'm going to test his whatever. I'm just going to test him each and every day. Well, I'm going to mess with him. He's going to mess with me, whether you like it or not, Trav. So that's how it's going to be. This is how you build a feud. By the end, people are going to be like, okay, I can't wait till this fucking thing happens. Or they're going to be completely sick of it. But the day it shows up, we're going to blow their minds either way.
I'm already sick.
It was good enough for John and Dwayne.
Thank you.
Fuck that shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, so let's take a look at the response to Mr. Michael Larkin right now. Ah, shit, I said his name.
I'll let it slide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Smart Mark Radio and RWT proudly bring to you it's Max Wrestling's Knowledge Champion of the World. Your boy, Moses Marquez. What's happening? So here is my response to Michael Larkin. I'm not in my bedroom. I'm in my newly built studio. It's not done. It's not done. Rome wasn't built in a day. And neither was my reign to the top. It took me scratching and clawing at opportunities for the knowledge title, at opportunities for the promo title. And in some situations I've failed, but guess what? I am the knowledge champion. Yes, I haven't hit your 600-day reign, but I have beaten 2 former knowledge champions, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe that knowledge is just not that important to me, because you see, you love to bring up the past. You love to bring up how I like to brag about how I beat the Butcher, how I beat Travis the Walker Anderson. Oh, he told people to vote for me. I beat the Butcher because nobody likes the Butcher. I beat the Butcher because I was better than the Butcher. It doesn't matter who likes you, who doesn't like you. The fact of the matter is when I showed up for every single bout. Whether I won by a bunch or whether I lost by a bunch. I did my thing. You're going to go take a break. By all means, you're the podcast machine. Go take a break. You deserve it. But don't act like your comeback is bigger than my rise to the top. Don't act like your comeback is something we should all awe and just jump with joy like if fucking Kushida won the world heavyweight title tomorrow. The fact of the matter is I'm going to be the cream that rises to the top. Oh, yeah. Your comeback, you got told by somebody to wake up. You got told by somebody, don't quit. Now you want to show up. Now I've been here. I've done that. I've beaten 2 knowledge champs. I'm going to beat a promo champ. I might even beat the one unbeatable, the Demon S. But that will be in due time if I get there, if I want to get there, because you see, that's not my prerogative. My prerogative now is to come at you, and everything that's going to build up between now and Promo Mania 6 is just going to improve me, is just going to help me hone my new craft of cutting the baddest promos. You thought I was MJF's best fucking friend. So yes, get ready. You may not be afraid of the Crippler. You may not be afraid of El Jefe, which, by the way, I would be. You talk about a bootleg Scarface. Scarface got taken out by a higher dude. That, by the way, for all you know, was El Jefe. You talk about a bootleg Razor Ramon. Check this out, Chico. It doesn't go down like that. We don't fake it around here with the fake chains and the Hawaiian shirts and the Cadillacs that are just painted but run like shit. El Jefe is a worker. He goes to work with his boots on, and he jumps in that truck and he handles the dirty work that nobody else wants to handle. And that's exactly why you should be afraid of him. But you know what? You don't want El Jefe at Promo Mania 6. You don't want the Crippler at Promo Mania 6. You don't want me to come up with something to come at you, something different. No, you want this man-to-man, mano y mano. And that's exactly how you're gonna get it. So enjoy your rest while you can, because all that's gonna do is make you weak. You're gonna get comfortable, you're gonna get lazy, and you're gonna forget that Promo Mania 6 is gonna creep up on you like that. You gotta deal with me. And all that rest, oh yeah, it felt great. Oh, I had my feet up. I was kicking in the hammock. What were you doing? I was laying everybody out. Whether I walk into Promo Mania 6 Big Money Mo belts, holding not only the promo, the knowledge, but maybe even the fucking predictions title, or I walk in the thing butt naked, you're going to get 100% of me. And it's going to be better than whatever the fuck you're bringing to the table with your arrested ass.
And one more shout out to Mr. Richard Doyle, who is a fan of the show on the Max Wrestling Podcast Facebook page, has asked me to do him a solid and mention his new trading card game, which is available on Android devices. It will be available on iOS devices very soon. It is NFW trading card game, New Force Wrestling. So check it out if you like trading card games. Everybody likes trading card games.
Oh yeah.
And the bell has rung for another week. Click that subscribe button before you tap out. YouTube.com/MaxWrestling. Follow us at SoundCloud.com/MaxWrestling. Also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and CastBox.
Castbox.
fact, nobody's done that since Mike left.
I had to take a spot. That's what I'm here for.
If you haven't already, join our Facebook group. It is, of course, Max Wrestling. You can find me at Dazzy NWP. Travis is at Walker_TA92. Even though he's not here this week, the Butcher is at TOG69VHTB. And our very special guest this week will go with the person who has won the Knowledge Championship earliest. See, I didn't say the F word. The Phoenix.
You're lucky. I would say you can find me at the Phoenix 626, but there's not really much point.
You know
As
why?
you all
Because
know
he doesn't
by
tweet.
As you all know by now.
It's like that time when Mox was still in WWE as Dean Ambrose, and he was like, they made me get a Twitter, so this is my Twitter, and that was it. And there's no Larkin, so I'm afraid, Moses, you're going to have to plug your own shows this week.
Hey, what do you know? I actually get to do it for once. Follow us everywhere on all platforms of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SMRPodNet. We drop like in 2 episodes. Actually, it's 3 episodes a week right now. We do a retro on Monday. We do now a combination show of AEW NXT review with just at the moment just Trav and I. Maybe Paul comes back. We don't know just yet. And then we do the news every Sunday. So check out all that fun stuff. I might be taking on the task of talking to some indie wrestlers who are impacted by this COVID-19 thing. I do live relatively close to SoCal Pro, the wrestling school, and I've been in contact with them. So look out for me trying to be as Michael Larkin as possible with a bunch of interviews.
Yeah, every week I got a new interview for you. Cool.
Aren't you on vacation?
He's on vacation from the show, but he's still being a machine.
He's on vacation from one show, but he's got 14 others.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like that time Rosemary died on Impact, but then No, not Rosemary. Ali died on Impact, but then she came to AEW. Wait, aren't you supposed to be dead?
Nope.
But I saw you get stabbed in the throat.
Yeah, that was that other show. This is what happens when you change the channel, pal.
And like we said, this week's Promo League match is Brittany Savage versus Travis Walker-Anderson. Vote closes in a couple of days, so get it in quickly if you want to have your say. And over the next coming week, we also have Trippy Wolf versus Ted P. De Niro. Wow. Foundation's gonna rock.
Right.
And the latest challenge is Moses Marquez versus the RWT Kingpin, current first place Emir Costello.
See.
You're not gonna plug me and Robert fucking Davis?
2 out of 3 falls.
Well, I was gonna wait for next week, you know?
No, fuck that. I want to talk about it now, damn it.
Okay.
Robert Davis thinks that I have been talking shit and running my mouth. That motherfucker doesn't know shit yet. I have been looking forward to this match for a fucking year. So, he thinks that I get him 3 times? No, he gets the Walker 3 fucking times. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into. Oh, I'm getting bowed up. I'm sorry.
And you got to
Calm
do this
down.
2, maybe 3 times.
Do what?
So whose idea was it 2 out of 3?
Hey, it was Robert.
See,
He wants. He says 2 out of 3, but in all reality, it's 3 out of 3 because he wants that third one. Even though he's gonna go down 2-0, he still wants that third match at Trivia Takeover.
entering the league in style.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rob's out here making all kinds of enemies.
Hey, I'm just proud of him. He had the balls to be the first one to challenge me.
Yeah, usually it's you challenging people.
Exactly.
Yeah, with you and Brittany. By the way, nice promo. Very different. It was not the same old Walker. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I had to do a jab. I haven't done it yet. I didn't do it until after Robert challenged me. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just take a jab at him and do a promo in his style with loud ass music where you can't hardly hear him talk.
There you go.
So I think as of next week, everybody bar one will have competed, which brings me to the Butcher. We decided this week that it's a little bit harsh to make him wait all this time, so he can make challenges, just not to the top 5 as of today.
Well, there you go.
All right.
See, some people
Watch out,
some people
Phoenix.
get their kick.
Me,
Watch out.
maybe this will convince people to challenge more so that they can stay in the top 5.
Right?
Because they don't want that smoke.
I don't want to be part of this. See you later. Go.
In the meantime, join us next week as we get closer to Money in the Bank. Not Money in the Bank, we get closer to Double or Nothing. We will have results from Money in the Bank and the Predictions Championship. But we must now bid you adieu. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang.
Buenos noches.
Fuck off. Fuck off, Robert Davis.